What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one we're going to talk a little bit about some news that came out in the NFL today with the Bengals releasing veteran linebacker Germaine Pratt. That's a big deal, right? Things starting to really move in the NFL. Jair Alexander also released, thought about making a video for him, but we don't need him. I feel like that. I mean, I could do that as filler content here in June, but we're not going to do that. It doesn't really make sense, but this does make sense. Of course, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on. But talking about this, we've had a conversation in the past. Should we go after Germaine Pratt? Like, should we trade for Germaine Pratt? At the time, right, it wasn't really being talked about that he was going to be dropped. They were going to try to find a trade partner. And the way these situations, just like Jair Alexander and just like probably Jalen Ramsey at some point very soon, people try to find trade partners. Sometimes they do. But a lot of times with these veteran guys, they don't find trade partners. So they end up just having to drop these guys, right? Eat a little bit of dead cap. You don't get anything in return, but that's the game you play when you hold on to these guys instead of getting rid of them sooner, if that's what you plan on doing at some point. And for Germaine Pratt, this is somebody who has been in near the league lead in tackles. Obviously, you have Zaire Franklin, who's been right there. Bobby Wagner continues to be up there in that conversation, right? Bobby, just consistently consistent. And so for Germaine Pratt, man, this is a guy that from afar, somebody I've paid attention to for a long time. There are guys that play on teams and they're just so good for so long, but they never get recognition because the team's not good. Well, then the Bengals get good. And Germaine Pratt, I feel like, is somebody that, in big games got talked about because he made plays, but you still had all the different names on that team, Joe Burrow and everything going on with the offense. And then the defense, even when they were, top 12 defense in the league, people were still talking about more the defensive line, right? You had, which rightfully so, you had DJ Reader, they had Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson. They were ridiculous in up front, but a big part of that defense was also Germaine Pratt. And in the Lou Anarumo defense, he can come in and know what he's doing right away. That's the thing. So we have two linebackers coming off of off-season surgeries. So you go get a guy that's been a captain in Lou Anarumo's defense, bring him in, and then you have flexibility. And at that point, what do you do with Zaire, right? I feel like Germaine would probably take over as the lead linebacker, right? The guy with the green dot on his helmet. That would probably be Germaine's job if I had to guess, if we were to sign him. But either way, you add him and all of a sudden takes care of everything we need. We have somebody that understands the defense, somebody that can relay the entire defense to everybody on the field. I think that with a new defense, you bring in Germaine Pratt, he knows what everybody's supposed to do because the middle linebacker is the quarterback of the defense, right? So when you think about the quarterback and them knowing what everybody does, that's the middle linebacker. It's his job to understand what everybody's supposed to do and communicate what everybody needs to do as the play is developing, the pre-play is developing. So Germaine Pratt can come in and help this defense. I mean, speed up development in this defense quickly, right? So Germaine Pratt, there's so many reasons it makes sense. There's everybody that's talked about this today. Everybody says the same thing. It makes too much sense for Germaine Pratt to not end up a Colt. The fact that I'm recording this at 6:41. Don't know what time I'm dropping this yet. You're recording this at 6:41. Okay. And on June 9th. Germaine Pratt still not signed by the Colts. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. There is some other Colts news that happened, and we're going to have videos on those things tomorrow. So make sure you guys, again, if you enjoy the content, hit the like button, and make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.